Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm so excited. I'm going to be unboxing the Not Polished Medium Mystery Box. As you guys know, these boxes have a lot of hype, so I'm so excited to see what's inside of it. As you can see, the box, it barely fits in frame. I do kind of have to adjust my phone just a little bit taller so you are able to see the entire box. But yeah, this is what the packaging looks like. I really love their simple and pink packaging with their signature red on it. So I did not buy this box. They did send this to me as PR. I was supposed to get a large one as well, but for some reason it didn't come. I think it may have something to do with like the tracking label where they couldn't read it, so they didn't really know where to send it. I'm kind of sad though, because she did say I was getting a medium and a large mystery box, but fortunately I did receive the medium one, so for that I'm super excited. So getting right into this box, I wanted to start with like the smaller things and then work my way up. So the first thing I'm going to show you inside of this box is a lavender cuticle oil. I do have two of these, so this new one may end up going into my 50,000 subscriber giveaway. The next item is some Louis Vuitton stickers. This first one here is just holographic silver, and then the next one is just like black, brown, and like the red, the signature colors. And then we also get some long coffin tips. You get 600 pieces. These are the no C curve straight tips. These are the ones I really love. I'm not going to do a super detailed unboxing just because these boxes are not available anymore. If I remember correctly, I do think these boxes sold out in like 1 or 2 days. I know the longest size box to be available was like the small ones, because these boxes were marked down cheaper than what the actual products would cost if you were to get them individually. So I think a lot of people went for like the larger box, so they were able to get that discount. The next thing I'm going to be showing you guys is 3 powders. These are 2-in-1 dip acrylic powders. These are the smaller jars, but you do get 3 glitters. So these are from the OMG collection, and this first pinkish, sort of like a peach color, is called Birthday Bee. This second one here is a pretty purple called Enchant Me, and I really love this purple because, as you guys know, purple is my favorite color, and honestly, like, that one is just so pretty, like that lavender look to it. This last one here is called Black Magic, which is a black glitter as well. I will be swatching these, so if you want to watch the swatches, just stay tuned for about a few more minutes. The next one, we do get more acrylic powders. These are still 2-in-1 powders, but these are the bigger jars. So we get a burgundy reddish type color called Empire Style. The second one here is a really gorgeous purple acrylic. It kind of looks like raw glitter the way it moves around in the jar, but it is an acrylic powder and it's called Purple Sea. And then the last one we get is a 2-ounce jar of clear acrylic. I honestly feel like you can never have too many clear acrylics, so including that in the box was a good idea. So the next thing I'm gonna pull out, I haven't really watched too many of these unboxings, but I did watch Tia Bella Beauty's unboxing on her channel. She also got a medium box from Not Polished, and I agree with her. She said in these boxes, she watched a lot of them. She said a lot of people got these mylar flakes, and they kind of just seems like a box filler. Like I said with the Macart ones, I feel like these are just items that they cannot sell, so a lot of people got these. I'm pretty sure you can buy similar ones like this from Amazon a lot cheaper. So this one, I'm not really sure how I feel about these mylar flakes being included in everyone's box, and since Not Polished are famous for their powders, I feel like they should have came with a lot more powders, even if they were the 1-ounce jar. I kind of feel like these were just like box fillers, or maybe they could have included 1 or 2 or even 3, but not 6 or more in a box. But I mean, since I have them, the colors are really pretty. I do love the reflectiveness to it. I feel like I would be more upset if I actually did spend my own money on this, but like I said, they did send this to me as PR. Digging around in the bottom of the box, I almost forgot, it also come with these like white lace transfer foils. I'm not gonna take them out just because when I have these gloves on, it's so hard to get back in there with the static sticking to everything. But I really did like these. I don't think I have any like lace foils, so I kind of want to do a lace foil design. Of course, I will have to think of something, but I do want to use those foils because I also have a transfer foil that is from Not Polished. So seeing how those two products work together is going to be a very exciting experience. But also in this box I do get a black gel paint, and honestly for this one I'm really excited because I've been eyeing these on the Not Polished website. Like whenever I have to go back and buy more monomer, I'm always looking at these, but they're so expensive. So I'm really happy to be able to try that one out. The last item inside of this box, as you can see, it says this is a matching lacquer and gel polish set. Well, it's not really a set, but it just comes in the box. But you do get a duo of the nail polish, aka lacquer, or the gel polish, and this is what it looks like. So this one, where you can see through the bottle, is just regular nail polish. You can let this air dry, and then the other one is the gel polish that you will need to cure in a UV or LED light. And since I don't really use the other nail polish, I may be giving those away. I may include them in my 50,000 subscriber giveaway, or I may wait until another giveaway, because for my next giveaway I've already have a lot of items in it, and I'll probably just keep those for another one. So for the rest of them, I am just going to show you guys the gel polish, but I did want to just take a look at the consistency of the lacquer, and the consistency is so much thinner. I took a smell of it, and honestly it made me smile, because just to see how far I've come and like the things I'm able to do and receive from brands, like just looking at my progress, like even before I started my YouTube channel, it's just so amazing. Just because when I first started out doing my nails, I had no clue what gel polish was, and I would always go to like Walmart or Dollar General and buy me a lot of those $2 nail polishes, and I would try to do my nails in middle and high school, and it was just like so terrible. Looking back, I thought I was doing something, but I was not doing anything. Like looking back at those, they were so terrible. I wish I had some pictures to show y'all, because like it was just a mess. But I'm just gonna be showing you guys the gel polishes. I think these are some very pretty colors. So this one here is called hot tamale, and if you ever seen those candies, or if you ever ate hot tamales, you know this color matches like that perfect red color that the hot tamales give. I think that was just a pretty name. Like just looking at it, I can honestly taste the hot tamales in my mouth. So for this next color, when I pull it out of the bottle, it looks very thick and stiff. It doesn't look smooth at all. It has some glitters in it, but the reason for this texture or consistency is because it was cold in my nail room, and I was kind of rushing to like hurry up and get this unboxing filmed, to where it wasn't warm enough whenever I was unboxing it. So it does look a little bit thick, especially because it had some glitters in there. But for the rest of them, I think the rest were good, especially like the pigment colors, like the regular ones. They were so smooth. I will swatch these whenever I finish showing this last one here, but I really love the consistency of these polishes. The colors are so pretty. I really love that nude color, I forgot to say, but just thinking about it, like that nude was very pretty. And just a heads up, this video is going to be long. I wasn't sure how I was going to edit, or if like what else I was going to cut out or keep in. I know for sure I did take out my encapsulation and my filing, just because we are already at 46 minutes, and just imagine if I left that in there. I know you guys don't mind the long videos, but for me, I can never bring myself to make it any more longer. So yeah, this is going to be a longer video, but I am just going to let you guys watch the process of me swatching these gel polishes. They went on super smooth. I love them, and this is only one coat. I'm so amazed at this pigment and like the consistency. It's just overall so perfect. Even though these are a little bit more expensive, you do get what you pay for. I really love the Not Polished brand, and I really would recommend them to you guys. So after swatching all of these gel polishes, this is what they look like. I did use my Lux Pro Not Polish curing light to cure them for 30 seconds each, and this is what they look like. They are honestly just so smooth. I didn't apply a top coat or anything, just the gel polishes cured for 30 seconds, and they look so good. Let me know which one is your favorite color down below. But now moving on to the acrylic powders. So for this one, I'm gonna remove the clear just because it's clear. I don't need to swatch it. But for the rest of them, I'm gonna be showing you guys what they look like, and of course swatching them on a paper towel. So again, these smaller glitters are a part of their OMG collection. If you don't know what their OMG collection is a collection full of glitters, all different colors. They are so gorgeous. I do think I have a few of them from like my first PR package, but I haven't yet to use them just because I have so many things going on. But I will make it my mission to at least unbox it on my channel and show you guys and use it for something. But this black color here was so pretty, and it was filled to the rim. Like when I tell you there was no space at the top, love that. It was so much product in there. But the bigger ones, this red one here had like some really pretty red, really fine glitters in it, and then this glitter here, as you can see, the top wasn't really, well, like the seal thingy wasn't really strong enough to hold the product in there, so it was really messy when I opened it. But I was able to kind of get it cleaned up. If you guys know, if these glitters fall on your nail area, you will have a big mess to clean up. So I really tried my best to keep it like contained, but those glitters went flying. But yeah, now I'm just gonna be swatching them out using some not polished monomer. I'm also using a few drops of their neutralizer in my monomer, and also I am using their not polished brush. I do forget which size this is, but all of these are not polished products. And this video is not sponsored in any type of way. Like I said, they sent this to me as PR, but if you are interested in anything that you see, these mystery boxes are not available, but you can purchase anything else individually. And I do have a coupon code that you guys can use at checkout. It will save you 10% off your entire order, and that code is KEY10. So my apologies for these last few colors being sort of out of frame. I wasn't aware of it, but you can still see the swatches here. These are what the colors look like. This red glitter is just so perfect. I have to use this for Christmas before December is over with. But yeah, these colors are just so pretty. Like, just look at the glitters and how they reflect. Like, these are just so different. I love these. So glad to be able to put these in my collection. And I love the glitter selection from this mystery box, although all of the other things I really love except for the mylar flakes. I'm not really sure how I feel about those, but let's go ahead and get into the nails. So I've already applied my peel off base as always. I just went ahead and did that off camera. But for these nail tips, so this is another thing I didn't like about this box. So when I was unboxing it, I did do the unboxing on separate days. When I was unboxing it, I was sure that these were just like sizes maybe 0 to 11 like the normal ones, but this is actually a refill bag. In a way, this is so inconvenient because like this is a refill bag. You only have sizes for like the common fingers, which are the ring finger and the index. If you are able to fit these refill sizes on all of your nails, congratulations. But for anyone else, I feel like this would be so inconvenient because you will not be able to do a full set. So in this bag, I did get 3 4s, I got 3 5s, I also got 3 6s, and I also got 3 7s. I mean, it will come in handy for like if you already have these, something similar to these tips. Like maybe if you've ran out, you can just use these. But for someone who don't have long coffin tips, so you will just have these sizes, and it's going to be so inconvenient. So I just end up switching to my square tips that I get from Crafts by 9. I went ahead and picked out my sizes, and now I'm just going to be gluing them on to my nails using my Kara Sky stick and nail glue. And speaking of Kara Sky, I do have a huge unboxing coming soon. I have some news to let you guys know, but I will be explaining and letting you guys know everything in that video. I'm so excited. So if you want to see what that video is, most likely I will will post it next week, but just make sure that you have my post notifications turned on so you get notified whenever I upload a video. But going back to the nail process, I am just taking my nail tip cutters and just cutting them down to my desired length. I'm going to be doing an inspired nail design today, so in the picture I actually needed square tips, so switching to these wasn't like a big difference. This is actually what I needed. But I'm going to be taking this second nude color here from Not Polish. It didn't come in my box, but I already had it. It was the perfect nude to use, and I'm going to be recreating this set here. I found this on Pinterest. It doesn't have a username or anything or anyone tagged, but if you know her style, you know this is from Not Polish Theo. She is one of the marketing owners. I think she's the owner, I'm not really sure, but she works at Not Polish, and I wanted to recreate this set here. I've actually wanted to recreate it for like quite some time, but I get so wrapped up in things I just forget about designs I want to do. But I felt like since I had this black here, it was the perfect opportunity to do a black nail design or like a black set. So I'm super excited, and I'm just going to be creating a V French using that second nude acrylic powder. Like I said, it was cold in my nail room, so these acrylics really took some time to set up. As you guys know, the temperature really affects the setting process of acrylic. If it's too cold in your area, the acrylic powder will set very slow, or if it's too hot, it will set very fast and you won't get enough time to work with it. But as I tell you every time, I'm super impatient, so this was very tedious for me to do. But as I'm just waiting and just kind of molding it into, it was kind of setting up nicely, and as you can see, like around the end part, it was starting to keep it shaped very nice. But for my next few beads, I didn't plan on waiting this long, so I did add a few drops of acetone in my monomer. If you don't know, this is just a little trick or hack that you can add a few drops of acetone into your monomer, and it just allows your product to set up faster. Or if you are working like a 3D, or if you're doing anything 3D, it's gonna allow your product to set up faster, so you won't have to like chase it around the nail. And you will see that it really worked in my next few beads. I didn't have to like chase it or anything. It wasn't too watery, and this cuticle bead here was honestly so perfect. Once I get it around the cuticle very nicely, I'm going to make sure to clean up around my skin and then just blend it down into that existing powder, keeping that triangle shape. And the way I like to do my Frenches, I like to build this part up so that once I add on the tip color or anything, I could just blend it out and it becomes so nicely. But in this case, I will not be able to foul on top of my glitters, so I will have to encapsulate either way. But I still want to build this part up just so it's easier for me, or just as much as possible. It will make it a lot easier. If it's not built to like perfection, I will just go over it with some clear acrylic. And also, this is the part where the apex is going to be, so if it is like not to your liking, you can just add more, and whenever you go to file, you can just file it down. But if you do add too much, or if it's too high, you can just file the apex down to your liking, so it really doesn't matter in the end. But this is what it looks like, and I'm going to be doing that same exact process on my pinky. I'm gonna speed up the second nails, because for this set, what I do on my index, I'm gonna do on my pinky, and what I do on my middle, I'm gonna do on my ring finger. So I'm gonna be showing and explaining on the first nail most likely, and then I'm just gonna be speeding up that second nail, if not just delete it completely. So I'm not gonna explain this again, but I am just doing that same process of making this V French, and I'm gonna let this part play out. So this is what those Frenches look like. I'm gonna wait until they dry, because I am gonna be filing them to crispen them up just a little bit. So while I let them dry, I'm gonna be adding more monomer into a different damping dish, and I'm gonna be taking this black gel polish from Not Polish, because I'm gonna be trying that little hat thingy. It was everywhere like a few years ago, if not still. It's where you add a few drops of gel polish in your monomer, and you are able to change the color of the acrylic. But for this one, I'm gonna pop up the picture again So as you can see in hers, it's kind of like a black grayish tint, and I don't have any acrylic look like this, or I didn't want to just go in with gel polish, so I wanted to actually do the base using that color. So I mixed in some gel polish to my monomer, and then I gave it a stir, and I'm going to be using the clear to apply it because of course we need this clear. And when I swatched it, it wasn't as dark as I like, so you will see me go back in and add more drops. And I kind of did that like 4 or 5 times until I was satisfied with it, just because I didn't want to add too many drops and it become like super dark. So I just gradually went and added drops in. I think this gel polish from Not Polish had a harder time of getting that color I wanted, just because whenever I use this, it's not as pigment as you would think it is. So for like the last time, I did try another brand of gel polish and it did get it a lot darker faster. But for this second time here, I'm actually gonna go with this one before I add more black gel polish to it, because again, as you can see in the picture, she has like an ombre. I don't know if it's because like the bottom is like clear and it gets darker on top of her nail beds, I'm not sure, but it looks like she has like an ombre to where the tip is slightly lighter than the like base part of the nail. So before I add any more gel polish in there, I'm gonna go on the tips of both of my nails, the middle and the ring finger, of using this shade. Once I fill in the tips, I'm gonna be adding more gel polish to my monomer, getting it to the color that I like, and then I'm going to be filling in the entire nail. I actually just went over the entire nail with the darker color because I felt like it looked better. And still I kind of had some problems with it because it wasn't setting how I like, and it wasn't just the temperature this time. I do feel like since I did add in another product to another product, meaning since I did add the gel polish into the monomer, it kind of manipulated the original formula, which caused it not to work how it should, if that makes sense. Kind of like the temperature where it just needed a little bit more time to set up and set properly. But you will see like this watery type, really soft consistency throughout this entire process of doing these black tint nails, and it really did help to work in bigger beads. That way I could just hold my finger down and let the bead glide down the nail. That way I didn't have to pat or drag it. The only thing I had to worry about is like keep it in the size, and it was a lot easier that way. I'm not sure if I showed that part on camera, but it was easier to do. But like I said, I wanted something a little bit blacker, so I'm adding more gel polish and they're just getting it to that color I like. And then once I finish, I'm going to be applying that to the entire nail. I did want to say, if you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to go ahead and give this video a like if you haven't already, and also subscribe if you have been watching some of my videos and you haven't subscribed yet. If you are feeling generous, go ahead and leave a comment. I said I was gonna let this part play out, but I did just want to explain. So after I was done with this bead I'm doing, still wasn't satisfied with it. So up in the left corner, I'm adding a little bit more polish to that monomer. And now this bead I'm currently doing is after I've added it. And as you can see, it does become a little bit darker than it was previously. And that is where I tried another brand that is from Crafts by Nine. She is working on getting gel polishes to her website. I do have a black and a white, and it worked very nice. I was able to achieve that color I've been trying to get from the start. So once I finished these two middle nails, this is what it looks like after it dried a little bit. I haven't done my thumb yet because I'm waiting to use the glitters. Before I go in with my glitters, I'm going back to these French nails and I'm taking my hand file and just crispening up that V French, just because every time I do Frenches they never really come out straight, or it's always something wrong with it and I'm not able to see until I put on like the second color. And since I did crispen them up with the hand file, it did help the overall nails look a little bit straighter. But once I put on that glitter color, you will be able to see that it's not really like pointy and sharp how I wanted it to be, but I will disguise that once I get to the nail art. But for now, I am just going in with this black magic color. This was just so pretty. This has become one of my new favorite colors or glitters from Not Polish, or one of my favorite glitters in general. Like, it was just so pretty. So when I am applying this, I do like to start around like the sides just to make sure that part is good first, and then I'm able to just fill in the rest of the nail. But once I was doing this, after I finished up the sides, I kind of saw there was like an ombre fading down to like the tip of the nail. It wasn't intentional, but once I looked at it, I really liked it and I decided to keep that a part of the nail design. So once I finish adding like the sides of the V French, you will just kind of see me going in a little bit more below where the point is, and I'm gonna leave some of the tip a little bit clear or just fade that glitter down so it's not really too harsh. And it's also going to work with my other black tint nails. It kind of gives that vibe, as you can already see from the other side where I haven't placed any more of the glitter acrylic. It just gives that black tint vibe and I really loved how it looks, so I did keep that a part of the design. And once I finish filling this in, I'm bringing it down. I'm going to be repeating that same process to my pinky. Once I was done with that pinky, I'm going to be adding this black glitter to my entire thumb just because I loved it so much. I just at least wanted one of my nails to be covered in this glitter acrylic, and it was just so satisfying to see this application. I loved how I edited it, and it was actually so easy to do this just because like that bead was perfect. But once I finished with my application, this is what it looks like, and I think the application looks pretty nice. Since the video is already pretty long, I did just go ahead and edit out all of my shaping, filing, and encapsulation. And this is what it looks like after. I'm not sure why this black here has a lot of like scratches on it, but I did buff over the nails before moving to this next step. So for my nail art, I'm going to be trying out this painting gel from Not Polished that I got in my mystery box. If you guys remember, I did mention how it was really cold in my nail room when I started to unbox these things. But like I said, this is a different day, and as you can see, it looks a lot more smoother than it did on the first day. When I first opened it, it was like very thick, kind of how that blue gel polish was, but now it looks a lot smoother. So I'm going to be taking my nail art brush from Nails by Dev, and I'm going to be creating this nail art just like on the picture, creating the outline butterfly wings on both of my nails, the middle and the ring finger. And so to start this out, I'm just going to be finding where I want like all of the lines to meet, and it's going to be in the inside of the nail because I'm going to be creating two to where once you put the nails together, it's going to look like one entire butterfly. So I just find the center where I want the lines to meet, and then I start going over like around the cuticle. It's kind of going to be like an outline. That's how I started, and I felt like that was the easiest for me. Once I go around the cuticle and along the sides, I'm going to be adding in all of the other lines and just filling them in to create that butterfly look. And I actually have something else to do after this, so I'm trying to hurry up with this voiceover. So instead of explaining this entire process, if I'm even able to, I'm just gonna let this part play out. But I do just want to let you guys know that this is a recreation set, and I'm gonna be creating my butterfly wings. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this part finish playing out and let you guys enjoy it. Once I got my lines done, I'm gonna be taking like the ends of the lines and just kind of rounding them out to connect to the next line. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but yeah, I guess that was like an easy way to say it, because as you can see, I'm just kind of widening out that line and just kind of curving it to connect to the next line that is going to create the pattern for the butterfly wing. The right side of the nail is going to be filled in, so that's why I went ahead and put my line going down sort of like a border nail. But yeah, I just wanted to pop back on and say that. Now I'm going to continue to let you guys enjoy this process. I really hope you guys are enjoying it. If you haven't liked the video already, make sure to go ahead and like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe. It will really help my channel out a lot. So once I was finished with this nail, I went ahead and cured it, and I also repeated that same process on my other nail. Like I said, it's always hard to get like nails symmetrical, so I just went ahead and did that off camera so I can really take my time and do it right. But here I have some gel polishes, all different colors, and I know some of you may be looking like, why does she have all of these bright gel polishes? But I'm actually going to be using them to create my dots on the butterfly wing. So again, at the inspo picture, here's how hers looks. She does has like some bling and white dots. Of course, I feel like the white dots makes like that effect come more to life, so I wanted to add more color in, and I kind of picked colors that matches with the glitter that's inside of the black instead of just doing white dots. So taking a small size dotting tool, I'm just going to be taking each of those colors and just adding on dots where I feel like they look pretty or where I think they fit best. And then once I finish adding on the colors, I do take the white. I feel like the white just bring it all together, so I do add white mostly like where the line kind of thins out. And that's basically all I'm going to be doing for this part. So I'm gonna let this part play out once again. I'm trying to hurry up with this voiceover, but it's not really complicated. It's very simple, and I really love how these dots look. I really love the pop of color that it gave this design. And so here's how the first one looked. I went ahead and cured that for 30 seconds, and then I just repeated this same process on my other nail. As you can see, I'm just finishing it up just because I didn't want to add in the entire process. So I wasn't gonna add any bling, but I did decide to bring out some rhinestone glue, and I'm just gonna be adding some rhinestones like in the center where they connect, and also on the other lines. You will see what I'm talking about in a second. I feel like this little bit of bling made it look so much better, but the only difficult part about this is that once I was putting it on like the line part, I tried to make sure it was only on the line part, because one thing I forgot to do is go over like that tint part with a matte top coat. At first it was all going to be matte, that is why I didn't really bother to like try to figure that part out. But once I seen the contrast between the black lines I put and like that tint, I really liked it. So what I wanted to do is the tint part, I wanted to keep it matte, and then the black lines, I wanted to do it glossy. So when I do apply the rhinestone gel glue, I try to make sure to put it only on where I want these rhinestones to go, because I won't be able to like use the original brush that comes from the matte gel polish and like apply it. So I'm gonna have to take like a really thin liner brush and just try to go over those areas. And I wish I had kept on the camera. I did turn it off after this because I wasn't sure how I was gonna fix it, so I fixed it off camera and it actually looked very nice. But for now, I'm just finishing up adding on my rhinestones where I want to bling this butterfly out. Once I'm satisfied with the placement, I'm gonna cure for 30 seconds in my light. So like I said, I did turn off the camera and I really wish I kept it on. So the way I did this, I took my liner brush from Nails by Dev, I put some of my glossy top coat and my matte top coat on my nail palette, and I just went in those areas where I wanted each top coat to be. And since I had to do that, it took a very long time. So for this one, I wanted to make it a little bit easier. So instead of just trying to get those really small spaces, I went over the entire nail with the matte top coat and cured for 30 seconds. But I should have not done that, because now I still have to go over the matte part with this gel glue, and it was so messy trying to get it only on those lines. And even where I tried to clean it up, I just end up smudging it, and it was just a lot worse than the first nail. So I kind of wish I just did the same thing that I did for my first nail, or just went ahead and cured my rhinestones to the matte top coat. I don't know why I did that. For some reason, I just thought it would be easier this way, but it definitely wasn't, and it caused me a lot of problems. But once I finished doing all of that, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I think I did go off camera and just kind of clean it up once again before I show like the final nails. So after I finished putting on my rhinestones, I did try to take some of that matte top coat and just go over those glossy areas from that rhinestone glue, and then I'm going to cure. And then after that, I'm going to go over my black lines with a glossy top coat. And once I finish, this is how it looks after just doing like what I just explained. And as you can see, it still looks a little bit glossy on the parts where it's supposed to be matte. So I did turn off the camera and just kind of go back in and making sure I was able to see it a little bit better. And I did clean that up. Of course, I didn't show it on camera because it took me a very long time. And while the camera was off, I did go over my French with this white gel polish. I really liked how it looked, so I wanted to repeat that same process on my index nail, but of course show you guys the process. So I'm taking this white gel polish and I'm just putting it to disguise that imperfected French look. And it was very difficult to do this side of my index nail because when I filed, I didn't file it flat enough, so it's kind of like a hump in the nail compared to like this side where it just goes on so easy and so straight. But I just make that part to look straight as possible. Once I'm satisfied, I cure. And I do want to apologize if this voiceover sounds like all over the place. For some reason, it just got so difficult for me to like get my words out. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just so ready to like be done with it and upload this video. But yeah, if this voiceover sounds all over the place, my apologies. The last thing I'm gonna do to this nail set is just add on a top coat. This is a glossy top coat. At first I was gonna do my nude part matte and then go over glossy over the glitters, but once I was adding on the matte top coat, I loved how it looked like glossy before I cured, so I just decided to do the entire nail glossy. Once I do that over all of my remaining nails, I'm gonna go ahead and cure, add on my cuticle oil, and show you guys the finished look. Finally, here we are. Once I finish adding on my cuticle oil, this is what the finished set looks like, and I love how they turn out. At first, I will say, like before I even started, I was questioning myself if I was able to recreate this design, because for some reason I doubted myself on trying to do like the lines for the butterfly, but it was actually pretty simple. It was very easy and very beginner friendly in my opinion. I think this design was very nice for like line work practice. If you are trying to get those very nice and straight precise lines, I feel like this design will really help you out in trying to achieve that. But yeah, I really love how this set turned out, and this was honestly like my favorite part in capturing these finished nails, because just look at this clear, like the top coat on top of these glitters, and it's clear. It's just honestly so perfect. I love how these look. Even though my V French and my lines are not centered, this just looks so pretty. I love these colors in here. Like, I'm honestly shocked at how they turn out. I just love it so much. So my opinions on this not polished mystery box, I will have to say I love the items that I got in my box. I didn't watch a lot of unboxings, but for mine, I feel like I got more acrylic powders. I don't know if it's because I am an ambassador, because like I said, I did not purchase this box. I don't know what the deal is, but I loved my box, and if they were still available, I would recommend it to you guys. If not, you can just get the smaller one. It comes with less items if you don't want to pay like more money. But I love it. I love these nails. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about today's set, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.